Good afternoon everyone, Steve Loader here reporting for round 12 of Premier League. One round to go before finals and the top 8 just about sorted. Probably got one elimination final pretty much this week in the last round, but other than that I think the other 7 teams are pretty much locked away, but I'll talk about that in a little while. First match from last week, and given we had a long weekend last weekend, everyone's had a nice break hopefully and back into for those teams final bound, firing on all cylinders. So our first match, Hackers 125 Hackers 126 to Grandad's 125, getting over the line by just 1 point. Craig Bessel and Chris Jennings 33 and 32, and Shane Glowry, Cliff Schindler 33 and 32 respectively for the Granddads. So yeah, Hackers on their winning way. Mixed bag, massive win over Hump Day, who Hump Day might have, their top of their hump might have come and gone. They might be on the way down. They had some great early season form, but still sitting in 6th on the ladder, so no major problem, but Mixed bag touching them up nicely. Kane Anderson having a great run at the moment, 37 points, Mick Bajura 37. For Hump Day, Gary Jeffries and Greasy Wallace 32 and 30 respectively. No one else really doing much there for Hump Day. Our next match, Hybrids versus the Pro Shop, and story of our season, Pro Shop going down by 3 points again. Joel Watson 35 and myself with 33, the only real highlights for our team. Roman Lewandowski 36 for Hybrids and Peter Bowick 34, same, I think John Bedford 32, and that was about it for the Hybrids. That match not really scaling any heights. Match 4, Dimple Balls versus Lady Boys. Gary Bennett 41 points, Andrew Jacobs 39, Steve McComb 35, and Johnny Jeffries 33, starring for Dimple Balls. Just too good for Lady Boys. Chris Kelly 33, Keith Jenkinson 33, Mick Mahardy 31, leading the way for Lady Boys. Their form's been a bit like ours, a bit up and down, and they're now out of finals contention, so probably more down than up, to be honest. Caddy Shackers versus Golf and Oldies. Well, Caddy Shackers kept their finals chances alive with a good win here. 140 to 129. Rory Priddle 36, Andrew Tawada 36, Simon Chong 36, and then Jason Scott 32 for Golf and Oldies. Mark Lynch 36, Dave Whitecross 35, and Guy Galvin 30. The best of those guys, and Reluctant Heroes gave the bye a nice old touch-up, 136 to 115. And Mark Scholes leading the way there with 37, in some pretty consistent form. And match 7, Cinderella Boys getting the job done against Thorns and Roses. Sean Slattery 34, Simon Locke 33, and Glenn Rogers 33, Simon Putten 32. And Thorns and Roses, Dave Cockcroft 33 and Heather Gunston 32, the only ones really firing up too much for Thorns and Roses. So top 8 reads Hackers, Hybrids, Reluctant Heroes, Dimple Balls, Mixed Bag, Hump Day, Thorns and Roses and Cinderella Boys. Just outside the 8 is Caddy Shackers, and they're the only team that can now make it. Lady Boys, Granddads, Pro Shop and Golf and Oldies are now out of contention. And the scenario pretty much is Cinderella Boys are locked away, even though they're in 8th position. They have the bye in the last round, so providing they have some sort of win there, they should stay ahead of Caddy Shackers. They've got them by 2.5 percentage points, so I can't see them losing. I can't see Caddy Shackers winning by that enough to get that 2.5 percentage point difference, but they are only 2 points behind Thorns and Roses, and those 2 teams play each other this week, so that will be an elimination final. The winner of that match will play finals, and the loser will be out with the rest of us. So our first match in round 13 is Hackers versus Hump Day. You would have to think Hackers get the job done here, and predicted score has that the case. Granddads versus Hybrids. Hybrids probably favourite here, and rightly so. Mixed Bag and Ladyboys. Predicted score has that one 5 points Mixed Bag way, so again I'd probably agree with that. Pro Shop and Golf and Oldies. This is the Who Cares Cup, and yeah, it's actually got us down for a win, which is interesting because Ben's away, I think. I don't think Richard's playing. I've got a feeling Rosalie's away, so I reckon we're down to 5. So could be a tight one, that one. Not that it means anything other than a bit of pride. Dimple Balls and Reluctant Heroes has this one down pretty close in Dimple Ball's favour, which is interesting. So that, again, based on their form over the last 3 or 4 weeks, the predicted scores saying they've scored a bit better. Caddyshackers versus Thorns and Roses. Well, again, that's a elimination final, as I said earlier, and Thorns and Cinderella Boys have got the bye. Yeah, it should be a good match, that one. So just a bit more on the actual ladder and how the finals might play out. Hackers and Hybrids 1 and 2, Reluctant Heroes and Dimple Balls 3 and 4, Mixed Bag and Hump Day 5 and 6, and at this stage Thorns and Roses and Cinderella Boys 7 and 8. So Hybrids and Hackers are pretty much guaranteed, or are guaranteed, of a top 2 spot. Hybrids need to win to remain in second spot. They could drop as low as 4th, I think, if Reluctant Heroes and Dimple Balls both win. And just going back to well, no, they can't because they play each other. So yeah, that'll be interesting. That'll create an opportunity. Hybrids just need to win. Mixed Bag can climb, probably is going to struggle to climb any higher than 5th, given their percentage is well behind the others, even though they can get up level on points. Hump Day could go as high as 5th and as low as 8th, and Thorns and Roses are the one who are probably in danger of dropping out, like I've said a few times. And Cinderella Boys, they're pretty much locked away to finish at least 8th and could go as high as 6th if everything went their way. But yeah, still will pretty much be in an elimination final the first week. But they were looking a bit shaky a few weeks ago, so probably a good effort for them to make the 8. So looks like being a bit damp over the weekend. A fair bit of steady rain over the last week, so the course will probably play its longest it has for a while. I think we had a couple of tees a little bit forward last week, and probably will be the same this week. Not too far, we'll still be off the black, but just might be that little bit forward unless we get a lot of rain Friday, but at this stage still off the black tees. So look forward to seeing everyone out there. Have a great weekend, and yeah, look forward to tracking into finals next week. Thanks everyone.